As you can see, we have a variety of past and present staff here this morning, and one of them is Carmen AlmaJosé, who will introduce the first speaker.
Good morning. My name is Carmen AlmaJosé, and I'd like to congratulate the Youth Tutoring Program for making a difference for 25 years. I was first introduced to YTP in 1993 through my volunteerism with Catholic Community Services, and I immediately knew that I wanted to sign up and join in. I was a volunteer tutor at the Yesler Terrace Tutoring Center for over 10 years. Later, I worked as YTP's volunteer coordinator for 2 years when I took a break in my engineering career. As a tutor, I got to work with amazing students. And as a volunteer coordinator, I got to recruit and train incredible volunteers, and I got to be part of YTP's dedicated staff. One thing is clear about the people involved with YTP. Everyone is involved because they want to be involved. The students want to make the most out of their education. The team of volunteer tutors, around 500 every year, they want to help kids learn and grow. The staff members want to connect with students, families, schools, and communities, and they want to create the best possible experience for the volunteers and students. And everyone involved with YTP, students, volunteers, staff members, and donors, everyone wants to help level the playing field for kids living in Seattle's public housing. I believe that the volunteers are the heart of YTP. The staff members are its soul, the donors are its roots, and the students are its stars. And this morning, I am delighted to introduce one of the star students that I had the pleasure of working with in the early years of YTP. Nga Nguyen started attending tutoring at the Yesler Terrace Tutoring Center after she came to the US from Vietnam in the 4th grade. And I got to tutor Nga during her 4 years at Roosevelt High School. Nga and I have built and maintained a close relationship over the years, and I feel so blessed that she's included me in some of the most important moments in her life. I got to see Nga deliver a speech at her high school graduation, and 8 years after that, I got to see her receive her pharmacy doctorate degree from the University of Washington. Yeah. I got to attend Nga's wedding, where I was the tutor of the bride. And I got to attend the baptisms of her children. 20 years after tutoring, Nga is a shining example of how the good work done by YTP makes a difference well beyond a tutoring center's walls and well past a student's high school graduation. Please welcome YTP alumna Nga Nguyen.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Carmen, for that warm intro. And if it's not obvious already, yes, I am pregnant. I'm doing June with my 4th boy. So I will be, yes, lots of testosterone in the house now. So it's truly an honor and a pleasure to be part of this year's Dream Big Breakfast celebrating YTP's 25th year anniversary. My family and I came to the US from Vietnam in the summer of 1990 when I was 10 years old. Kind of gave my age away there. We were refugees or boat people. We were settled into Yesler Terrace public housing and were faced with the challenge of adapting to a new home, a new city, a new culture, and a new way of life. It was overwhelming, it was confusing, and it was scary. I didn't know how to act American, but being the only school-aged child in the family, I needed to learn how to assimilate, and I needed to learn fast. So how did I face this challenge? Well, I faced it by hiding in the bathtub at my house, a lot. I was shy and was embarrassed by my circumstances, so hiding in the tub seemed to be a pretty good idea at the time. At the end of the summer, I was enrolled in the 4th grade in Billy Gatzer Elementary School. I did well in math and science, but other subjects like language arts, grammar, social study, and history were a little difficult. And it wasn't just the school subjects that were tough. My family and I didn't know anything about the school system. Plus, I was going through all the usual growing pains associated with being a preteen girl. And then I encountered YTP, and everything changed. My YTP story began when someone, I think Terry D. Joseph, came to Yesler telling families about this new free tutoring program that took place right in our community. I was a bit nervous walking into the tutoring program for the very first time, but as soon as I did, I was hooked. I saw kids from the neighborhood that I've never met before because we went to different schools. I saw adults with kind expressions on their faces. I met the teacher who welcomed me and helped me settle in. The environment was positive and warm, and my nerves were calm. I still remember my first tutor so vividly. Her name was Shawn Fitzpatrick, and she was the first American person that I really got to know. I've lost track of Shawn over the years, and I actually, yes, went on Facebook and looked for her. But I will never forget how patient and kind she was with me. Shawn would help me with homework, read with me, and play educational games with me. She loved teaching me about life in the US and asked me a lot of questions about my Vietnamese culture. She taught me that I could embrace my heritage and still be American. She taught me to open up, and she let me be me. There are, of course, thousands of stories to tell about my time with YTP. My high school years being tutored by Carmen, of course, are especially memorable. We only had high school tutoring once a week, so I couldn't wait for Wednesday to come around so that I could spend time with her. Carmen understood me and appreciated me. I always knew that I could trust her, confide in her, and depend on her. She listened to me and she made me feel important. I mean, how often do you get to spend one-on-one time with anyone? And I'd only pay $200 an hour to see a therapist. So Carmen always encouraged me to have a positive attitude, to stick up for myself, to go outside my comfort zone, and to try new things. She encouraged me to spread my wings, believe that I could soar. YTP's volunteer tutors are truly exceptional people. They do so much more than just help with schoolwork. They are guides, mentors, role models, advisors, advocates, protectors, cheerleaders, and friends. They take the time to get to know a student and to discover their strengths and weaknesses. They know when a student needs to be challenged and when they just need to be supported. My family taught me to work hard, but my tutors taught me to dream big. I think it's not about that 5th grade that when my peers and I figure out just how special the tutors are. I mean, you teach us and you don't get paid. You leave work and fight traffic just to spend time with us. You think about us when we're apart, and you tell your friends about us, and they even know our names. So a tutor's interest and influence does tons to boost a kid's feeling of self-worth, especially a kid that came to the US through difficulty circumstances. And the tutor's constant presence taught us about commitment, generosity, and giving back. I chose a career in pharmacy to serve others, and I currently work as a pharmacist at the UW Medical Center. I found ways to volunteer in the community and to financially support worthy programs like YTP. I've learned so many wonderful life lessons from YTP, and I've tried to share those lessons with others. My nephew, Andy, also grew up in Yesler Terrace, and my enthusiasm for YTP must have really rubbed off of him. I think Andy was more excited about starting tutoring than he was about starting grade school. Andy is a graduate of Garfield High School and is currently a junior at the University of Washington with hopes of becoming a dentist. I'm so proud of the man that Andy has become, and I'm so glad that he could be here with us this morning. I can honestly say that I won't be the person that I am today if it wasn't for YTP. YTP improves lives. It's just that simple. Thank you for your time, and thank you for supporting YTP. Thank you so much.